I've been a nurse for 42 years. I'm a head injury coma specialist, and I've been director of nursing in Alzheimer's facilities and lots of things. But through the years, my knees have just gotten worse and worse. So I now have severe osteoarthritis in both my knees. I'm going to have my knees replaced, and I use cannabis only for my pain relief. It just works better than anything else. All the other pharmaceuticals, everything else I've tried just make me nauseous, and they have so many side effects.
The Berkeley Patients Group is an organization that provides medical cannabis to patients that need it. I've got to know them because of their community giving and the neighbors that surround them.
One of the most amazing things for me is that I can now go into the Berkeley Patient Group and legally, with my paperwork from my doctor, who thinks it's a wonderful thing that I do it, and I just think that it should be accessible to everybody.
Our local laws here in Berkeley, the council designated 600 feet, and that's where the federal government has come in and said no dispensary, no medical facility can be within 1,000 feet of a school or a park.
Right now, I think we're 980 feet away from a school, so that 20 feet means a lot.
By them being so restrictive of 1,000 feet, it's very difficult to find a site in Berkeley that isn't within 1,000 feet from a school or a park. We have wonderful parks in our city. So, in one sense, our patients who need medical marijuana are being punished.
When I heard that the Berkeley Patients Group might have to move from their location, I just thought it was terrible because they're an incredible community resource.
My name's Dave and I run a little vinyl record shop. I'd like to see them stay open. It seems like a legitimate business dispensary for medicine, just like the Walgreens on the corner, which is just as close to that school.
We're being told that we cannot do what the citizens of California have asked us to do, which is to provide safe and legal access to medical cannabis.
It's been very disappointing to see the federal government ignore the citizens of Berkeley who overwhelmingly support medical marijuana. Total disregard for the local desires of the local citizens here in Berkeley.
I've talked to movers and shakers at the top of the city of Berkeley, and they say it's created no problems. They're good community members. They're not breaking the state law. The people of Berkeley want them there, and we get huge amounts of tax dollars.
So we're able to fund programs because of this tax increase.
It's not going to stop the sales of marijuana in Berkeley. It's going to stop people having a safe, clean, well-lighted place to get the medicine that they need.
They have security guards keeping movement going. It's relatively calm, and I kind of appreciate the fact that they do a pretty good job at keeping their space looking nice. So I think it's the opposite of what often people assume about a dispensary.
They've been so proactive in making it a safe space for the patients that use their facility.
To me, it should be the model of how to do other ones and how to make it safe and, comfortable.
I think that it's really important to keep that place open because there's a lot of people who don't have the money to pay for health insurance and don't really want to be putting crazy chemicals and Western medication into their bodies.
It's really incredible that they offer a wealth of free complimentary services to all of their patients.
So there's more to it than just the medical cannabis that's being dispensed. They offer a holistic approach to healing and making people feel better with their disabilities.
I don't know anybody who doesn't think it's absurd.
Moving a facility that's been in operation for 13 years isn't easy. It's also difficult from our customer, patient, caregiver aspect because they will feel disconnected for a while.
When some of our regulars, especially some of our elderly patients, when they come through the door knowing that it might be the last time I see them, that's what's going to get me.
This place has been my home for like over 10 years. My son used to live across the street right there, and what are we going to do? This place has been available to us for a long time.
I know. That's what I was telling my friend. It's our family.
Berkeley Patients Group does a tremendous job at reaching out to its patients, particularly its low-income patients that can't afford Over 200 patients get free medical cannabis.
There was a patient recently who couldn't afford a new wheelchair and she needed one really badly, and Berkeley Patients Group bought it for her.
I'm glad they're there for the people who need them, you know, and I haven't noticed any problem as a business owner a block away.
I think it's just a tremendous local resource, and it would be a shame if they had to move.
BPG was part of a strengthening of the neighborhood, and if they have to leave, it's going to leave a big hole.
When 56 or 57% of the state comes together and votes for something, where does that respect for their position fit into the picture? The federal government doesn't recognize them.
There's people that live in the neighborhood that are close neighbors, and they won't be able to get their medication if Berkeley Patient Groups move because they're handicapped, they're living on a very fixed income, they won't be able to afford the transportation to a new dispensary, they won't be able to get there. So what are they going to do? What's their choice going to be?
I would contact the Obama administration, their Justice Department, and let them know that we want medical cannabis here in the state of California. We want it here in the city of Berkeley.